Hello everybody and welcome back to TCR. My name is JB and after a week absence, we are back here for the Platinum class. How are we all doing? I'm not on my own tonight, as always. I'm joined by the one that didn't explode, the one kitten that didn't explode in the exploding kittens. Kitten, how you doing, mate?
Well, I'm a little bit tired, as I referenced in pre-production. But that said, since my doctor doesn't allow me to drink caffeine, hopefully a little bit of Baku action will get the heart rate pumping a little bit.
Yes, we're here in Azerbaijan, and the provisional poll sitter has just increased his time to beat Double A, and that is Talon. He's already up there, and he's just cutting straight. That's a bit naughty, Talon. It's already started.
He's probably a little bit excited. He wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So, provisional poll, sweet.
Yeah, provisional poll. Double A is up to second. I believe whenever we first started the broadcast, Breezy was in second place, but not a whole lot separating these top three, as we get most of these guys going out on their final runs.
We are coming to the end of qualifying here in Azerbaijan, and we'll see what happens as they come through. And goodness gracious me, Double A has got close to that turn wall. Turn wall? Let's try again. He's got close to that turn 8 castle wall section. Very close a few times. There we go. I will eventually learn to speak English. This week break didn't do me many favours.
Yeah, Queen's English is the term we're looking for here. Dow Hoist isn't making it tonight, unfortunately. We do have a couple of guys bumping up from the Golden class. Warner, yesterday's winner, and Coleman giving it a crack.
I think Coleman gave it a crack right into the wall, to be honest, but
I mean, he did yesterday, but hopefully he learned his lesson.
The good fever on the lap time here in the Platinum class. The number 24 car, not 24. Let's try again. I'm trying to memorize the numbers, even though it's got 4 rounds to go. The number, God knows what number. Mr. Sensation, is ready to some great racing. I say 8 will crash out. But I've been racing at Baku this week, and we've had 10 finishes out of 20 finishes every race. So, oops.
No, we actually had, we had like 15 yesterday, and it was wet the entire time. So that was a little bit surprising. Although
got contact between Beagard and Jones! I wondered how close they were going to get, and Jones, just not paying attention, has damaged him, and I did squeal. That's like 1 in the morning. Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it?
It's time to wake up the neighbors.
I was sat there, I was just looking on the off-board shot, thinking, Jones will move. Jones will move. He's not moving. He's not moving. He's going to hit him. Oh, God, he's hit him. Scream. Oh, yeah.
That's not ideal for Beagard, who...
No, it really isn't.
Having a pretty decent qualifying so far.
And you know what? In previous iterations of the game, that would look good. Lord, look at the slipstreaming on Hypertoaster's end. There's about 3 cars about to start their lap, all slipstreaming one another.
Ooh, it's like Monza all over again. Ooh, and Hypertoasters.
Oh goodness me! What on earth are these guys doing? Lion slipstreaming his teammates and bails into the. Oh God! It wouldn't be a week of TCR without one of them doing this, would it?
It wouldn't be Baku without one of them doing this. I roll up to P3. Bumps Breezy, who is currently on a flyer.
Secret has damage on his nose now. So Lopez is the only one of those 3 slipstreamers to survive.
Oh, it looked like a Moto 3 race.
So Double A, Be Good Fever, and Sauna will not be continuing in qualifying as we now hit the clock down to 0. Qualifying is now over, and Talon is done too. Captain Quebec, though, is on a lap time. No, he's not. He's bailed out of a lap as well. Joe Breezy, 4/10 up on his lap time. Is this a provisional pole time as he hit the wall? Secret has retired. There's no secret about that.
Breezy's coming down the main straight right here.
Joe Breezy.
He's got anything.
got DRS, got everything open. It's going to be provisional pole position by 0.2. That's a margin. Here comes Go-To Guy. He's going to be close too. But it won't be pole. Mr. Cool.
Freeze is going to be coming down the back straight right now.
I love this section. This section reminds me of Rome in Formula E. Oh!
And Freeze just taps the wall doing a Montoya tribute.
He was your favourite, wasn't he, Juan Pablo?
Mm-hmm.
See, I learn about you. We have a committed relationship in your mum's basement.
It's true. It's true.
So C3's being cheeky. Oh god, make sure you pull out soon. And he has. Is this a pole position time? It's not. It's gonna be fifth.
P5.
Fatal.
So making up to do for the championship leader.
Fatal is gonna be the last driver crossing the line, and he has gone P13. So pole position goes to the reigning champion. Well, you could say reigning champion, but the last season champion, season 7 champion of Joe Breezy, ahead of Talon in P2 and Double A in P3. That's interesting, isn't it? Like, a week's break has done Talon wonders.
It has, and Talon, one of only, how many? 4 winners that we've had this year. Did it 3 weeks ago in Hungary. Looking to continue that form. What I'm a little confused by is it seems like the Haas guys were both dedicated to that medium lap, whereas everybody else obviously qualified on soft. So now they're going to be starting at the tail end of the grid.
So here's our grid now after qualifying. Joe Breezy's on pole ahead of Talon in P2. Double A is in P3 and iRoll is in P4. C3 is in P5. Go-To Guy is in P6 ahead of Xandamar in P7 and Be Good Fever in P8. Lion is in P9 and Hypertosa is in P10. Jones is in P11. Secret is in P12. Fatal in P13. Lopez in P14. Professional in P15. Coleman is in P16. Sauna is in P17. Obviously, everyone outside the top 10 with 3 tyre choice, and the lead Canadian in the Canadian battle, which I've just made up, is Double A. I think you should have national battles if you have multiple people from different countries.
That's true, but I mean, we really only have about 3 different countries represented.
I guess people could lie about what country they're from just to win the national win, you know?
I'm from China, yes.
Yeah, I'm clearly a red-blooded American.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of us is lying?
Neither, that I can tell. We'll run down the championship standings here. As mentioned, Freeze has a monumental lead, 198 to 114 of iRoll, who is up in a P2 of the championship. Freeze has 6 wins out of 10 rounds, so pretty dominant stuff all around. Double A in P3 with 109. Joe Breezy on 104th. ZX, who is bowed out of the championship due to prior commitments, is still sitting in 5th with 92, followed by Talon in P6, Lopez in P7, Xandamar in P8, Go-To Guy in P9, and Be Good Fever in P10.
We have an interesting top 3 prediction from Building Fan in chat, saying the top 3 he predicts will be iRoll, Joe Breezy, and Lopez. And Lopez obviously starting well outside the top 10. This really, I'm quite interested to see how he chooses to justify that.
We have had a bit of a run of races where someone from outside of the top 10 can kind of squeak in. Obviously, Baku safety car is in play. And if you're starting on a harder tire, those softs don't last very long. So, I could easily see someone from outside of the top 10 giving it a good old crack.
So, Lopez complaining about people being on the racing line. Secret saying that he loves racing and qualifying, and Professional complaining that he cut a corner slightly and got done in by it. This is an unusually long hold, isn't it?
It is, I believe.
Double A's actually left.
Yeah, we might have a bit of a glitch on
Oh, Phenomenal.
Yeah. Shout out to Codemasters.
Everybody loves this game. Why does this company still make crap? It's been 10 years. I mean, you'd have thought after 10 years they would have worked out how to make a decent game. Double A's
It is
back.
a dry race. So the reigning in the first 2 rounds of the TCR World Championship here at Baku has been discontinued.
Well, I don't know. If we restart the race... Oh, no, we're not. So it won't be raining. That's a shame. Thought we were going to restart the race. And we're waiting on Coleman now to connect. We shall see what happens as we head towards the race. Meanwhile, these fans are finding something to clap about. Did we leave the grid girls out there again?
Looks like AA and Coleman are going to attempt to disconnect and reconnect here. As Coleman's the last one.
If Coleman disconnects now, though, won't it start without him and remove his car? He has left. And see, he's removed from the list. That didn't happen with AA, I don't think. Wait, what?
God almighty, there was an update today and they still can't fix things.
Well, they do have Albin in a Red Bull now.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll take that, yeah. They got that pumpkin helmet I showed you earlier. Secret left. Yeah, I think we're being. I think we're going to head to another lobby. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're restarting now.
Yeah, if we are going to restart, this means that I will have to end the stream. Yay.
Yeah, we can always get back to it.
Yeah. Anything put on the Discord? Because we're migrating host now, which normally means we might not have to. We might get host that clicks. Talon's left. I can leave actually. Yeah. Shall we just leave?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for the new.
Yes.
The new lobby to start up. I believe AA is in control of it.
I can keep the stream going though, so we will keep talking, and I can show everyone off the new pumpkin helmet that is available from Codemasters. There it is. It looks better than every other helmet in the game. I mean, look at it.
I do have to wonder how you can see out of that visor. It is quite festive though.
Spoopy scary. What's next festival? Like, who does festive events for a Formula 1 game? Only Codemasters. So, as we now wait for the lobby to restart, we're assuming now that it's going to be it'll be a custom grid.
Yeah, so that will take a couple of minutes.
I'll put a nice car on the front of the stream, and that'll just be the Brawn. There we go. We have a look at the Brawn GP 001, my favourite ever Grand Prix car. If it would click into existence on the thing. No? Did they break the... Okay, they didn't. Good. So yeah, my favourite ever Grand Prix car is now on the stream because I can.
What is it? Is it the 2019 McLaren?
No, it's the Brawn. The most glorious of Grand Prix cars, the Brawn. Jensen's car, which I fell in love with. We have invites. Cool.
Getting back in the saddle.
Yes, this quality entertainment is brought to you by Fansec. This quality entertainment is brought to you by Fansec.
Oops, I'm turning the stream on my phone.
Hello. I heard myself.
Wow. Are we in the Matrix? Maybe.
Am I Neo?
Yeah, if you want to be.
You're never doing a fourth Matrix film.
I've never seen the first one, so I've got some catching up to do.
I tell you what, right? I I kid you not. When I was at school, one of the compulsory lessons was dance. So, yeah, dance, prancing around in leotards. And what we had to do a whole dance sequence based on the Matrix scene where Neo is dodging bullets. It was actually fun. The thing
It's
is,
good aerobic exercise.
being a kid at that size and the height I was, it was yeah, it was an interesting experience to have to get as low as I could to the ground. At one point, I got thrown in the air, and I went a fair distance into the air. Just talking about random stuff on the streams.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, so we get this good old fashioned formation lap going. Looks like Jones is going to be setting up the grid here.
So clearly he's going to be in P1 with Joe Breezy in P2.
Mm-hmm.
No, the grid will be set the same way as qualifying was announced. This is going to be a nice longer stream for TCR. So we can talk about other things. Okay, where's your stance on the Renault disqualification? Let's get political in here.
I understand it. I feel bad for Renault because that pretty much completely takes him out of contention for fourth place, although I don't think they were going to get there anyways.
No, McLaren had that very well done.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Renault, but I'm very smug that it wasn't even Force India's original claim that did them in for it, It was, they were like, oh no, there's no actual system that Racing Points claimed there was. There was no system there. It was just that they'd gone for a different approach with the brake bias, which was classed then as an assist, which was a shame. Innovative, brilliant, but, outlawed.
Hey, that's what F1's all about, innovation.
Yeah, and electric cars. God, that argument, I can't get into that one. Oh my god, some of the rubbish that they've been saying recently has been ridiculous, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've already had a big-time vegan versus trees argument in the Discord today between Jones and Zadamar. Zadamar,
that was today?
A proud vegan. Oh, no, it's been ongoing for a while.
I caught episode 1 when they started and C3 told them to stop. So I've missed a few episodes, have I?
Apparently Lewis Hamilton flying around the world in jets and driving Paganis is set off quite the talking point that, quite frankly, I couldn't care less about.
The fact is, for me, he sold his private jet clearly to just get away from the tax evasion that he'd already been done for. So why not?
YOLO. I think we're ready to go.
I don't mind people who have different opinions and all that. Just don't try and shove it down other people's faces. That's my one opinion.
Quite frankly, if you have an opinion that differs from mine, you can hit the road, Jack.
Well, then we will not discuss the fact that I don't like the carpet that you put in our new bedroom.
Oh. I thought you wanted the maroon shag rug, but...
No, I'm fine with the rug. It's the actual carpet, but your snot green that you've got down there.
Oh, well, I want to do something a little different. I'm just trying to be creative. I grew up on Nickelodeon in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh.
Everything was a lot more colorful back then.
Guess what? They've put Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix.
That sounds like something that I won't be watching.
Really? It's awesome. No, I'm talking about the animated show.
I can't do any I'm not into superhero movies, not into any sci-fi kind of stuff. I'm a boring guy.
The new patches when it comes to this never actually fix games like this. They never fix what's wrong. They just add new stuff to try and just cover over the cracks. It's like trying to redo a floor with marshmallow, isn't it, Kitten?
That sounds delicious.
It does, but completely ineffective.
I mean, maybe it's like a bouncy house kind of. Well, I guess marshmallows aren't really bouncy. Yeah, that wouldn't be helpful at all.
No, the thing is, you'd sink into it, and then all the dip and your feet would get in it. It wouldn't be very nice.
You'd probably get sticky. You have to wear socks all the time.
See, I always do. Even in my own house, I wear socks all the time, except for now. No safety cars this update. We had a safety car last night, pre-update, not in TCR, in another league, where I am often found. So, shall we see if we make it further than the pit lane this time?
That would be nice.
Where would we have been by now in the race? We've been about, what, 10 laps in?
Lap 6. Yeah, pretty long laps. About 6 or 7.
You know, for a street circuit, though, these laps are pretty long. It's much like Singapore. The lap is pretty long.
I mean, the times are pretty comparable to Singapore, looking mid to low 40s in race trim.
And yet Singapore have got so many more corners, and this has got so much more straights. It should, in theory, be faster.
I believe it's a lot longer.
Yeah,
about a kilometer longer than Singapore's. Just because the main straight itself is about a kilometer.
They should have you start from pit lanes as building fan. Yeah, they should, but at the same time, they should also allow me and Kitten to be able to go off and roam around the paddock and interview random people and ask them the same questions over and over again about Lucas Weber. So we are onto the race now, and wow, this has actually changed up strategies quite a lot. Let's just run through the grid once more because it has been a while since qualifying. Joe Breezy is in P1 ahead of Talon in P2. P3 is AA and P4 is iRoll, Captain Quebec himself. P5 is Mr. Cool, it's T3's. The championship leader needs to have a good race tonight again. Well, he doesn't need to, but he's going to want one. Then heading the Alfa Romeo charge is Go-To Guy ahead of his teammate Zandamar in P2. Be Good Fever, after getting caught up in qualifying with Jones, is in P8 ahead of Lion, who's in P9. He's done well to qualify in the top 10. P10 is Hyper Toaster, outside the top 10. I say with 3 tyres, but all of these guys seem to be on the same tyre. Secret is in P11 ahead of Fatal in P12. Lopez is in P13 ahead of Professional in P14. Coleman is in P15. Stoller is in P16 and Jones is in P17. All of the from 11th down to 17th are on mediums, and everyone else is on softs. Kitten.
Yeah, not a surprise there. Not a surprise there. I kind of assumed everybody. I'm kind of a little surprised nobody wanted to start on hards because I think the strategy is still going to be medium to hard, soft to hard. Although they will be able to get an extra lap or two out of these softs in the top 10 since they have been replaced. But yeah, you got any predictions, JB?
Well, another prediction is saying 8 will be crashing out tonight. I think that we are due a good race between 5 drivers, and the top 5 are all 5 drivers that don't like to be not in P1. So we will see what happens. I think AA and C3s have got a bit of history on street circuits, so let's see what happens this time.
I think I'm going to go with my guy. I'm going to go with Breezy for the win. Talon for P2, and you know what? Give me something crazy. I'm going to go
Coleman.
Be Good P3.
Coleman? That's crazy. Be Good will be up there. Okay, so finally, it looks like we're getting ready to start after about where are we at? About a 20-minute delay that wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, something like that. But we're ready now, and that's all that matters.
It really does. So after a long wait, let's see if the drivers anticipate what's going to come now. Let's see if drivers have been affected by this break at all. Let's hope the lights are quick as we get ready to go to 5 red lights here in Baku. The lights are on now, and the lights are out. It's a short hold and a bad start from Talon. An absolutely awful start from Talon, because there it goes. Oh, he's been hit. He's in the wall. Talon in the wall already. iRoll has clouted him into the pit wall. Oh, yeah, my goodness me. Joe Breezy's hit the wall. Is it damage? iRoll leads. Oh, no. Double A's round.
Ooh.
Oh, he's Double A escapes damage. Double A escapes damage.
Breezy is missing an end plate.
He is.
He's missing a right front end plate. Looks like Go-To Guy had an electric start as well. iRoll and Go-To Guy getting really good starts.
We know that Talon has got wing damage as well as he tries to defend his way through, but Larcy Quick going round the outside, and he has done it. What on earth? That really was first day back at school right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think what happened is, Talon obviously didn't get a good start.
He
iRoll
closed
had
in.
to avoid him, and I think Talon just squeezed him a little bit and ran him into poor old double A on the outside, and Talon was the one that got out the worst.
But yeah, it has done some serious damage to his race.
Yeah,
And
Talon's just gonna let some guys by here.
yeah, oh,
Who is Jones? Jones gets into him.
yeah, Jones' damage now. That's both McLarens injured, and it looks like Coleman too. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, Gordon,
I had a
I
feeling
know.
something was going to happen there with Talon in that part of the track. He's obviously going a bit slow, and Talon has just lost the entire front wing.
iRoll leads as now his teammate comes under pressure from C3. He's trying to go around the outside. Is Mr. Cool, and he's been punted out and almost hit the wall. They are racing hard. It's like watching NASCAR at Talladega. Oh, there is a pumpkin helmet. We do have a pumpkin helmet on track.
Who has the pumpkin helmet?
Secret. He wasn't running it before, so he must have slipped it on just to make me feel better. Fatal under pressure now from Secret. I can't take it seriously. Be Good Fever's in the wall. Be Good Fever's into serious damage with damage on his wing. And the pumpkin head is... I can't do it. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I mean, even like the little stem coming out of the top.
It's well worth the wait that we had just to see that. Be Good Fever in the barrier.
Oof.
Oh, it goes from bad to worse.
Up in a P4, now he's gonna be.
Oh,
no, Coleman with a big hit into the castle.
Oh, Charles Leclerc double hits
he's
right
gonna
there.
have to pit now as well.
It's the great pumpkin from Charlie Brown. Oh, Be Good out after clipping the wall just for a moment too long. And that has actually destroyed his car. That should be a safety car, but no. So Be Good out on lap 2 here.
I'd imagine we're going to have a lot of guys pitting here. I believe Coleman's going to have to pit. I was going to say Be Good would have to pit. Looks like Double A has stayed out. I don't think
Joe
he has
Breezy has got wing damage. He's going faster.
A lot less drag. Sequit in the pits with the pump.
Oh, he's retired in the pit lane. Has he crashed? No, he said no.
No, he hasn't. I think he just had damage and probably wasn't happy with the way the race was going.
Huh. Maybe he just wanted to come out to show us the pumpkin helmet.
Maybe.
I'm a little bit worried now about that. There might be that something's really upset him as Be Good leaves the session, or he feels that something went wrong with him and Be Good himself.
I'm not sure. I mean, I was trying to keep up with that, but I mean, with the amount of damage a lot of cars had in the front wings, I mean, the entire second sector is difficult to pass on A, and B, extremely aero dependent. So, yeah,
Sauna saving the car from going into the wall, the number 50 car. Oh.
Yeah, and Swarner with a pretty good startup from P17.
I wonder if something happened in real life that has dragged Secret away from the game. I should hope not, as we see Joe Breezy now under a second away from Captain Quebec in P1. I'm just slowly making nicknames for the entire grid, aren't I?
Yeah, well, I got 4 races to go after this, so we better get on it.
So, C3's passing Go-To Guy. Go-To Guy knows that he can't battle that man in the Toro Rosso. He's just too damn cool, is Mr. Cool. Lopez. I can't call him Mr. Freeze because then we're just talking Batman. I can't call him Ice-T because then it's, just rapping. I think Mr. Cool is cool.
Yeah, and it was a promotional thing for the little camel thing with smoking cool cigarettes back in the day. Shout out to Paul Tracy and Dario Franchitti.
I like
Had,
Dario. I think he's good. And that
Yeah, like-
crash in Indy was monumental. Like, holy moly.
It was. Breezy's actually gaining on iRoll, which is a little bit surprising. Maybe he's got full DRS here with a broken wing.
He just needs to break the other side.
And iRoll loses it under traction going on the back straight. Just a little too much curb.
He's not got damage. He's fine. iRoll's okay. McLaren's just better.
Apparently. Wouldn't you believe?
With Joe Breezy, that's what's apparently.
Honestly, like, he'll have a slight advantage in straight line speed, given he's missing a little bit of drag.
I wonder if iRoll's made more mistakes, because here comes Joe Breezy. He's just got a little bit to go, and that's such good car control, knowing where the car's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be a straight drag race here, and I think Breezy's going to have it pretty.
The assistance of DRS as well.
iRoll's going to pop back out.
Nah, way too far back. Late lockup though from Breezy. Now it's time for iRoll to take this plunge with the DRS.
Yep. A little deep, no, but we were watching. Breezy went from about 7 or 8 tenths back, right onto the back of Roll. Is here we're going to get a return move, and I have a feeling Breezy is going to be liking what he's seeing here.
He's right there. They're getting it closer. They clipped just a little bit, but it's okay. No damage.
Wow. Breezy is getting dangerously close to having slipstream on both of these guys, as well as DRS.
Mr. Cool and Go-To Guy are wanting to come to play with the top two. And what will happen? I'm just going to keep calling him that until he changes his name to Mr. Cool. Oh! Joe Breezy skimming the end of the castle section wall. And he's very lucky that wing is still on. But he's lost an absolute age of time to the championship leader, who's going to just pop it up the inside in a place that really shouldn't be an overtaking move there, as Tor also found out years ago. And he said, "You best number." Wow, what a catch from Go-To Guy.
Ooh. And that even caught Zandermar out. Freeze did that little lunge, and he got it a bit wrong.
He really got it wrong. I mean, he locked up so late into that corner.
Now, I do wonder what Breezy's thinking. If he thinks he can go a couple more laps on these softs, or if he wants to try to get the undercut. Looks like he's going. He's going, and he's going to be followed by Freeze. Freeze is going to mark him.
Freeze didn't make a move though until Breezy did. I wonder if he thought, all right, I'll do what Breezy's doing. Copy strategy. Is Joe changing his wing though?
I believe he is.
Teammates under pressure though by Talon.
Yeah, he's got a new front wing. I think that was just it's too much of a handful for him. The understeer was getting real obvious, and on these hard tires for the first 5 or 6 laps, it would be pretty unbearable.
Late lunge from Talon, possible as he clips the back of Jones, but not enough to cause any damage on either car. Closer by their name is the Talon is trying to get through on Jones. I tried to make a rhyme, it didn't really work. It's been a week. I've had all of these bad jokes just stored up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you gotta let it out at some point, otherwise, you'll have an aneurysm.
Oh, I had that. That's when I started making stupid voices last night.
Coleman's closing in on these guys. These are the 3 that all had to change those front wings at the start of the race, and I'll tell you what, points aren't totally out of the question. Coleman, a little bit interestingly, he's going back on softs, and I guess he's going to try to make mediums work.
Well, Coleman also has wing damage.
Oh yeah, he didn't change it, did he?
Aboard on the 42, we have race leader into pit lane iRoll, and Go-To Guy now leads ahead of Faithful in P2. Whoa, Go-To Guy almost spinning into the wall though.
God, no one wants to leave in this race, do they?
Guess not. And I guess next up is going to be Fatal. Assuming that Go-To is going to be pitting on this lap, hoping this overcut on I-roll, freeze, and well, it'll probably work on Breezy just because.
Joe had to stop, and change his wings. So, and Talon just can't get past Jones. Jones has got something in that car on the straight, so it's an absolute monster. I wonder if he's got the spec that 20. Go on.
It has been a year of Talon just looking at other drivers' gearboxes.
It really has. He's not enjoyed this year, I think.
It's good that he got the one win, but yeah, for the most part, he's had overwhelmingly bad luck.
Nova number 19 is going to get past the number 45 soon.
Vettel's really closing the gap this lap on go-to guys 6-lap-old softs. Looks like those softs are completely gone. He's gonna have to pit.
I think Joe Breezy's on a good run as well. He may have been jumped by Xander in the pit lane, but I think he's still the faster car. He jumps over the curb. He's got to get through.
Fastest in qualifying.
He's got to get through and sort this out if he wants to catch T3s, who has got quite a large gap as go-to guy does pit as predicted, and Fatal is now our race leader. And Joe Breezy is going to slip it up the outside of Xander. Xander's not going to let him have it. It's not going to be easy without DRS, but it will be with DRS. Oh, this is such a wide berth there. I mean, Xander can't really defend. He's got no ERS in the tank whatsoever.
No, and Breezy just burnt. I mean, he was at about 95%. His go-to guy comes out right in front of Breezy, so that actually didn't work out too well for go-to guy. The overcut. I think he lost a lot of time on that end lap.
Meanwhile, the McLaren is thinking, for God's sake, get out of my way, Alpha Sauber. Have you heard that Alfa Romeo are looking to actually reportedly will be leaving F1 next year? Oh no! It was so shocking that it took AA out the race.
Yeah, breaking news, and it looks like I'm not sure what happened to AA.
I think he went straight on at the corner.
He just disconnected.
He retired first, so he definitely hit the car.
Yeah, and Coleman has something happened to Coleman as well.
Coleman did have wing damage, and maybe the wing damage finally caught up with him.
It is possible.
Joe Breezy tapping the wall, and now Xander's going to get closer, but I don't think it's any cigar yet here in TCR. There's the run.
Not quite. Let's see if Breezy can catch up. Go-to guy like he did. Go-to guy's teammate the lap previous. A little bit further back.
I think he'll run out of straight this time round. He might chuck it. And he used all the track and then some, and he got punished for it with the overspeed in mid-corner. That's the George Russell line, that is.
Have another good opportunity here. No, maybe not. It looks like at turn 1, that wide entry really negated any effects coming on the second DRS.
He had to wait for that car to calm down, didn't he?
Yeah.
I've got a song stuck in my head. It's a great song, but Jesus, it's driving me nuts.
Is it something in French?
No, it's Coleman has retired though in Sector 3. It's Share Your Address by Ben Platt. It's a brilliant song, but drives me nuts right now.
Absolutely. Have definitely heard of that one.
It's new. My mate just sends me all of his new songs. I was like, I don't know what this means. I like Queen. That's about it.
Queen.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury. Not the other one.
The greatest vocalist of all time. I actually just watched that movie a few weeks ago. Pretty good.
He is good.
I-Roll does have a pretty stabilized that advantage about 2.5 seconds on freeze. So I-Roll doing pretty good, it must be said here.
C3's really hasn't been able to make many inroads now. He's back where he qualified in P5. And drivers are actually trying to struggle. A track like this, you don't normally get to say it, but drivers are struggling to overtake.
Yeah, you'd think, because there's a big chunk of an end plate coming out of turn 1.
I think that's what... Oh, Talon's actually going to be able to overtake someone, and that's Jones. Jones to the inside line, tries to defend, but Talon does get through. Jones having to slow the car down. And actually, Joe Breezy gets passed by Xander. So something's happened to McLaren in that one lap.
I think Breezy's just fallen back too much from Go-To Guy. He lost his DRS, and now he's going to be struggling.
Xander used all of his vegan powers to get past the McLaren.
The tofu power.
Went straight for the Scott Pilgrim joke there.
How long would you reckon that these guys are going to be able to stick it out on mediums?
Normally I'd go around 13 laps for mediums, so I'd say around 13, maybe 14 laps. So a couple more laps on the bank, at least 5 laps, I think. Then they can possibly go and think about playing on the softs. Who knows?
That's true. Yeah, that's why I asked. I'm kind of intrigued to see how this plays out. I don't think it's going to be for a podium, but I think, if you can throw on softs towards the end. And, Lopez is going now.
I think the situation may come arise that,
when Lopez gets a 5-second.
I think the situation may arise that they've got to try and sort it out. Joe Breezy is going to get past Xander once more. Vegan power is not so good on defence, as Xander has to recharge his battery a little bit, as he actually does get filtered out slightly wide there, but it's okay. I wonder... Ooh, that wasn't an inopportune overtaking moment there. And Joe Breezy...
yeah, that was a late dive.
I think Xander would be wise not to try and overtake him this time, because there's a little bit of respect of saying, oof, oh goodness me, what was that? Oh.
Well, these guys are just going hammer and fist right now. This is some aggressive racing from both
Xander
of these
did
guys.
not expect him to break, did he?
I was surprised that didn't rip off Zandermar's right front tire.
Did they touch? I don't know if they touched, but Xander reacted like it did. He kicked the car up, trying to snake it to slow down. He got through. Move of the season.
I have no idea how he got that to stick.
I would say that might be move of the season so far.
Yeah, this is some good stuff back in the field, and yeah, now GTR's like, you know what? I want a piece of this action.
To be honest, I think he saw that as he's going to sit there and go, I ain't getting involved in this. Now wait.
Yes.
Oh wait, Claire, you want me to? I guess I can try. TV coverage and all that.
Yeah, gotta get the time for Rocket, whatever Rocket is.
See, now that's a phone company on that one. They've also signed a deal with the drinks company, which is, guess what? Rocket.
Wow.
Joe Breezy on the attack, and Fatal and Sauna to pit lane. So 2 of the medium runners pitting. Joe Breezy getting around the outside of Xander. Xander, will he have to repeat what he did last lap? They're both catching Go-To Guy. And traffic's now going to come to play as well, as someone else has come out as Fatal. Fatal out in P4. He's not a stone throw away from the podium, to be honest.
That is true. I did not expect him to have that position, but now he's going to have DRS on Go-To. And yeah, you know what? That worked out pretty well for him.
I'm going to say something I've said before. Joe Breezy just hit the wall. But he keeps hitting with his rear.
He's been tapping that exit of turn 3 pretty much every lap. That's just his line. Except for when Xander throws it down in there.
Oh, I think Xander is I still can't get over that move there, because that was phenomenal.
I mean, both of I was surprised that he could even get in that position after making that lunge into turn 2. But it does seem like it's It's all settled now.
Hypertoaster has passed GTR. And GTR will have to sit back with wing damage now. I think we'll see him pit and try and go for the soft tyres soon. Sauna's looking to make a move. This is not an overtaking move, so don't try it. Fatal is on an overtaking move though, as I slow my words like I'm drunk.
This is going to be a go-to. Back in the pits.
What? What for?
Not sure. Didn't think he had wing damage.
GTR with in pit lane as well. There is wing damage on the Alpha.
Oh, there is. You missed that. And he's going to go on to the mediums here.
I don't think anyone can decide what they want to do in this race, to be honest.
Well, it definitely doesn't help whenever you're knocking off bits of front wing a couple times a lap.
Speaking of knocking things off, though, look at the gap at the top. That's come down a bit.
Oh, almost a second, yeah. We've been 2 trains fixed by that 4 to 7 battle? I guess 3 to 7 battle.
Whoa! C3 is losing it a little bit. The gap's about to grow massively. I reckon it'll be about 4 seconds now. Oh, 2 will do. Okay. But he properly lost that. He managed to catch it, but he seesawed that wheel more than Lance Stroll does. Or Will Power with his power steering. Well, he don't actually when we're talking about the power steering in Indy.
You have, I'm. Swarner's gonna get Hypertoaster. It looks like.
Oh, he is. He's on much younger tyres. Hypertoaster. He's struggling in the Mercedes. Obviously drafted in mid-season. Because I need to stop putting my beard in my mouth because it makes me stammer.
I do want to see how GoTo and GT get it on here on the fresher set of tires compared to 11 lap olds for Talon, Jones, and 10 lap olds for professional. Excuse me.
I think we're in a situation much like we had earlier with Sauna. Hypertoaster is so quick on the straights that Sauna can't really get can't get his hooks into the car in front, you know? Now he's finally got it. You see the car being pulled in by the slipstream with the DRS open, pulling to the inside line, and he is through on Hypertoaster, and the Mercedes will drop back.
Not a bad day for the Golden Class race winner from yesterday, up into P6 after being forced to start at the back due to TCR rules.
You're naughty, and you got caught. You know. You win a race, so you get penalised the next time you're on track. Ha
yeah.
The Mickey Mouse voice came out there. I'm a mascot for an evil organisation.
Yeah, now Swarner's got Xandermar next. He's almost
not far
already.
Oh, sector 2 is professional, and that's a proper job. That is a proper professional job.
That is right in the middle as GT is able to get through after he ghosts.
Austin Powers.
This is going to be a.
He's got it going.
Yeah, it's got a 14-point turn from professional. He did mention in the Discord prior to the race that he absolutely hates Baku, so perhaps not a surprise on that front. Looks like he just went straight on the castle.
The worst thing is, though, when you do that castle section about 400 times, and then when it really matters in the race, you muck it up.
It's easy to do. Just lose concentration for a second. That's the narrowest corner of the one. Looks like he's just going to pull off and retire.
Xander's weaving a little bit. I wonder if Sauna can complain. So professional is out. There was no point in him trying to get back to pit lane. He was going to be last by so much. It would have been a testing session.
Probably getting lapped.
Though he possibly could have made soft tyres last from now and tried to undercut the rest of the field, but yeah, I don't think there would have been chance of points.
Probably not, but looks like Sensation's prediction is inching closer to 8 DNFs. We've got 5 at the moment. And
Let's hope that we don't get 8, just because we like having more drivers finishing on track than we do have DNFing.
Of course. Although, you know,
I think the talk of Mr. Sensation's what about Mr. Sensation's podium prediction of I-Roll, Breezy and Lopez isn't bad. He just got the wrong house there.
that's true. Fatal with quietly probably his best performance of the season, starting on those mediums.
Hyper Toaster has got a bit of a hyper boost now. He's gone full Millennium Falcon into hyperspace, looking to try and get down the inside. How many Star Wars references can you get in one go? And he doesn't manage to do it. So a slight overcorrection as the speed of the car just carries too much into turn 1, now into turn 2. And Zandamar is under some serious pressure. I wonder if Xander's experiencing the hard tyres just go off for a little bit and then they're going to come back later on.
Bit of an aero stall. I mean,
Whoa!
the hards do that. Yeah, he's been locking up quite a bit, and yes, Warner gets put off by that lockup from Zandermar. Zandermar has been locking up quite a bit. Noticed during his battle with Breezy.
He needs to learn to be a more open guy if he's locking up so much.
Just give me the chance.
No. The commended decision to be a vegan. It's one that I couldn't do because I am what's known as a wimp. I like the status quo.
That's the spirit.
I do. I had pizza earlier and that was fantastic. It was just some crappy little processed pizza, but it was nice.
I know how to cook those.
You can tell it gets late on my end when it's 2:30 and I start talking about food.
Better be careful, you're gonna make yourself hungry again.
I am hungry, but I'm more hungry for racing here at TCR. Go to guy now with a penalty in P11. That's gonna, well, it can't really affect him at this moment, can it?
I wouldn't imagine so. I mean, that gap has kind of stagnated there between the hards and the mediums, which is a bit surprising. But yeah, not a good look for the Season 6 champion today, unfortunately.
Xander under pressure from Hyper Toaster. Hyper Toaster's got some speed in that car. To the inside line. Xander turns into him and he's into the wall if he's not careful. He has called it though. That was a very, very Formula E-esque move. Hyper Toaster to the inside. And Zandamar just turning in a little bit. Not really expecting to see the car there. And yet it was there.
Yeah, we got Fatal up in P3. That's looking for his career best finish. And then we got Hyper Toasters looking for his career best finish in P5.
What does the rest of this race have to handle? Well, we have 10 laps remaining on this track. And right now, C3's is not in the lead. Shocking. I-Roll Captain Quebec is in P1 ahead of C3's, who's in P2. And Faithful, who's in P3. Joe Breezy's in P4 ahead of Hyper Toaster, he's in P5. And Zandamar, he's in P6. But for how long will he be in C6? Because we have Sauna attacking him now as I'm slurring my words like I'm drunk. So, Xander under pressure from Sauna. DRS is going to open now. And that's a great opening for Sauna. He pulls the outside line. Xander defending the inside. He's through, but he's got to catch him on the brakes. Turns in. Oh, and they touched just a little, and it puts Sauna out.
Yes, Warner's gotten the worst off of this battling between Hyper Toasters and Xandermar. It seems like every time Xander goes a little deep, Warner ends up having to take some action, evasive action, to avoid some sort of collision.
Got a comment about our music taste earlier. Going to mention about Highway to Hell. They are on the Highway to Hell right now, which is odd, seeing as normally Baku is a bit more crazy, but it's quite tame today, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been a pretty straightforward race. I mean, little more, a few more retirements than I think that we usually get, but that's to be expected in any street course, especially when they were racing the way they were racing at the start of the race. How many times can I say race in a sentence? But yeah, it's been like pretty straightforward. iRoll's surprisingly, just kind of commanded the whole race so far after that first stop.
I think he commanded the race really after battling through, and he did well to jump Talon off the start. Talon got an absolutely awful start, but then there was the incident. I wonder if Talon would say, well, he left me no room, yada, yada, yada. But from what I saw, I'm sorry, but it looked like you turned into him, Talon.
Yeah, I believe, I mean, we obviously don't have the replay just yet, but I would have to say that was probably Talon just pinching him a little bit too much into double A at the start.
Well, questions will be asked and answers will be found as the stewards will be busy tonight. Slightly longer stream and later stream, normally we're done by now, but we're still going here in Platinum. Thanks to the delay, thanks to the wonderful nature of the Codemasters games. Quality games since 2010. Go-to guy to pit lane. I wonder if we'll see him go for the soft compound or retire, but he is looking to stop for a new front wing. How many front wings do you reckon did they pack?
Well, I went to a couple yesterday, but hopefully more than 3 because there's still 7 laps left.
I still find it fun to watch F1 teams when they run out of the wings they have lined up in front, and they start putting the sponsors on the wings and the noses they have in reserve.
You gotta be a creative bunch.
I'm waiting for them all to come out though. Like one time where they've had to change the nose, they just stick the number on it and just go, just have it. It's got no sponsors on it. It's got nothing. Just have the damn nose. There you go.
Like it's a test livery.
Yeah. So you got a fully liveried up car, and yet you got a black nose. Actually, Ferrari did that for the in memorial of the 9/11 attack. That is definitely a light-hearted thing you want to mention on this stream, but yeah, can I mention it?
Yeah, I was going to say that's a fun fact, but not really.
Yeah, well, they've done many things. I think they did a bigger tribute to 9/11 than they did to Macchione.
They just had black bands for Marchione.
I think they should have run a complete black car for someone that did so much for Ferrari, but that's just me.
I would agree.
So, iRoll leads from C3 to P2. Yawn in P3, according to me.
Yawn in P3.
Yeah.
The field has spread out quite evenly at this point, or at least what's left of the field. Looking at about a second and a half between each and every car. Xandermar and the Hyper Toasters are the closest on track right now, but Xander's been slowly falling ever since that battle. I gotta think, like, out of anyone on the grid right now, his tires are probably in the worst shape, just because he's had so many lockups. He's been probably the most active battler on the circuit all day long.
I am curious to see how the rest of the grid will stack up after this. Obviously, we know that C3 is looking to extend his championship lead to the man who's going to win the race at this point.
It ain't over till it's over. I mean, Freeze has steadily gone from about 2.4 seconds down to about 1.5, but it looks like iRoll really gets a lot of time going through the second sector. And I think he'll be fine as long as he can keep Freeze at bay for DRS. So look at, taking in the scenery of, beautiful city here in Baku.
Yes. Fun fact about Baku, they say it's a republic and yet it's still ruled by a dictator.
Mm-hmm. certainly some.
Were we
some
meant to
shady-
mention that?
some
Wait,
shady
is that
deals.
guns coming?
Maybe, and Goto's going to just try to set fastest laps here, as he does a pretty solid 140.5.
Oh!
But he's
Oh, sorry, it was mid-yawn, and I just saw that Xandermeyer and Hypertoast were suddenly very close together, under half a second as I was yawning.
oh, I thought somebody might have like broken into your house.
No,
No, yeah,
I think Hypertoast just went very deep there. So,
well, this will certainly give Xander a little more life as Hyper locks up
oh, it's
again.
true.
I'm not sure what. I don't know what is
That
happening right
looked
now.
very. I mean, I know he locked up, and then he pulled to the left. Now, did he just not want? Well, that was a weave. I wonder if that was a thank you for letting me through. Does he? If he
Or
attacks
maybe
this time
it's
round, there
or
might be
maybe he just wants the DRS.
No. Okay, he's going for
Is
attack.
this-
He is attacking. So that wasn't a coordinated move there from the two of them. That's what I was afraid of. I was going to say, if Hypertoast didn't attack, then I would have cried that was coordinated.
I don't believe they really know each other that well. I wonder if, it's easy going through that tight left-hander to take a little bit too much curb and get a lot of wheel spin. Maybe he was just trying to save it so he wouldn't completely lose the car.
It's just
That said, he does have quite a bit of ERS, and I don't think Xandermar's going to carry away too quickly. By the looks of it.
I think the only reason I would have questioned that is just it was such an odd way to pull away, you know?
Yeah, I've definitely never seen anything quite like that, at least not in an actual race.
Or at least one that hasn't been deliberate, at least.
Yeah.
But anyway, our judgment has been in faux
Nonetheless.
pas. We'll see what happens as we now go underneath the F1 banner and head down the hill here at Baku.
Now I got Swarner going to have DRS on Hypertoaster to see if he can make up another position on those the freshest set of cards in the field, aside from Fatal.
So, looking at the top two, it is iRoll leading for C3s and P2. Gap sort of solidified really about 1.5, 1.4 gap, occasionally 1.2 if C3s can get a good corner in. But it seems that iRoll is just doing enough right now to stay in front. Hypertoaster closing in on Xander. 3 tenths is now the gap at the back. Porky Pig is the gap between them. Oh, Hypertoaster seriously messed that up though, and here comes Sauna who's going to have the attack on him now. With no DRS, but Hypertoaster got DRS himself there, so maybe Sauna will have to wait.
Intriguing stuff, and I wonder if Lopez can maybe get back up into this fight in 2 seconds back right now with coming up 3 laps to go. And interesting stuff nonetheless. I'm not sure if Hypertoaster's just running out of tires.
Oops. Sorry, do apologise. I selected Go-To Guy, just he retired, and I went to his profile instead of looking at his camera. I have now broken the, okay, I fixed it. I broke the visual system for a moment there. This stream's just breaking ever so slightly. Quick, get the gaffer tape!
We need the producers to help us out from the truck.
It's alright, Jones is in P10 right now, he can't come to help us. Tell you what though, will Jones have to pit again? Because him and Talon, they go on 21 lap old tyres. They're really starting to struggle, I think.
That is, yeah, I just was on board with Jones getting a big old tank slapper coming out of the castle section. Those things have to be barking right now, but I can't imagine he's going to give it up. Although GT is on those mediums, and he definitely does look to have a pace advantage right now. It'll be interesting coming down to the last points-paying position.
It will be. Sauna looking to make more inroads here after winning in golden last night. But in Platinum, not have the easiest race has the gold winner. You race against him a lot, Kitten. Tell us about him.
Well, he's from North Carolina. He's got a really heavy accent. Doesn't really sound like he should be playing an F1 game, but definitely appears that he's in the driver's seat, no pun intended, for the Golden Championship this year.
Would you say he's a graceful lover?
He's a what?
A graceful lover?
Yeah, I guess I can legally say that now that he's 18.
I'm trying to put him off if he's listening to the stream. Oh, hold on. The gap for just a moment was under a second between the race leaders. Just a moment. Is there life in Seafreeze's toys yet?
It looks like it's down.
It's coming down.
Let's see if is he gonna have. He's gonna have DRS here.
He will.
But that said, he is really emptying that DRS.
I-roll's weaving.
I-roll pulling a Pagano.
That's a proper Pagano as well. Actually, no, Pagano did it when he was closer. Let him get closer. Though, I-roll will cry that he's far enough away that he didn't affect him by doing what he did.
It probably didn't, but it made Freeze move around a little bit, and
Same now.
Freeze had a little jink of oversteer coming out of turn 2, and I-roll's been able to scamper back to about 1.3 seconds here as he goes into his strongest section of the track.
He seems to be so much better in this point of the track versus anyone else.
Yeah, he does. It's certainly. I mean, if you're gonna control this race at this circuit, you gotta control the second sector, because that's where nobody's gonna be able to pass you, and his Freeze just about hits the castle. But yeah, I think that's probably been the biggest reason for his success. You know, it's such a fine balance between being completely trimmed out for the long straightaway, and finding that balance for the second sector. His Freeze is really sliding a lot right now.
He is. Oh, excuse me. Oh, do excuse me. As Seafreeze does get closer to the back, I'm not bored by TCR, if that's what you're thinking. It's just incredibly late where I am, as shown by Accentville. Jones in serious trouble, though, by Lion. I think Jones has made the wrong choice by not pitting.
I suppose, I mean, maybe he could have pit maybe with like 7-8 laps to go. But, GT's just, come on really strong on those mediums here towards the end of the medium line.
If Bro wins, he's the Brett the Hitman?
Brett the Hitman?
Brett the Hitman Hart of F1 racing.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Oh, I don't know what that means, so I'll just take your word for it. GTR making a move for the final points paying position. Jones, unfortunately, getting caught out of it. And Jones is really going to fight this back, though. He wants the points. He's struggling with this McLaren this season. It's on the last lap of the race as well. He won't have DRS to play with. He's going to have to get him on the line. Sauna 2. Sauna's going to get past Hypertoaster. Oh, and Seafreeze. He's getting close, but is there going to be a cigar for the Toro Rosso, or will it be all round to the racing points for the party after the race? Oh, he gained so much there. He gained 2 tenths.
Really did.
He's going to be a race to the line.
Ooh.
Are we going to get a full Indy style finish here? I don't think we will. It's going to be close.
I think Freeze is just a little bit too far back right there.
It is going to be I-Roll crossing the line first. I-Roll wins in Baku ahead of Seafreeze in P2. And Fatal at some point will finish in P3. There it is.
Second career win for I-Roll. Good for him. I believe it's
well done to Captain Quebec. Well done indeed.
Captain Quebec. I gotta say, I was not gonna say Iro would win this race heading into it, but that was an absolutely commanding performance by him. Fatal with the reverse strategy, getting everything to work. Great job,
Lion. Lion is gonna do it. He's gonna race into the line. Lion finishes in P10. Just off Talon by just a margin. Oh, I thought he would try, but he did. He gave it all. P10, and Jones, the only driver not to score points, will finish in P11.
Interesting stuff. I think I'm gonna have to go with co-drivers of the day because on one hand, Iro showed a lot of composure following a rocky first lap, leading comprehensively for pretty much all this race. And Fatal coming up from P13 to snag a podium.
I think
the trend continues.
The biggest talking point would definitely be the monumental move that Xander made using all of his vegan powers on Joe Breezy.
Yeah, we can't forget that either. I think that entire battle between Breezy, Xandermar, Hyper Toaster's go-to guy in the middle of that race really allowed Fatal to get away from that group, and Fatal's probably pretty thrilled. But excellent pit strategy from Fatal.
So, barring any post-race investigations, here's how they finished. I-Roll in P1 ahead of Seafreeze in P2, Fatal in P3, and Joe Breezy in P4, Xander in P5, and Hyper Toaster in P6, Sauna in P7, Lopez in P8, Talon in P9, Lion in P10, Jones was in P11. Outside of the non-finishers were a lot of drivers, which we didn't manage to get to.
No shade here.
No, I was enjoying your conversation. Nonetheless, though, that is TCR done. Do you know where we are next week? Because I haven't got a absolute scuba.
We are at Monza.
Really?
For the Italian Grand Prix, yes.
I thought you were going to say Mexico there. Have we not been to Monza?
Not this season.
Well, that's a nice change of pace. We're staying in Europe and heading to Italy next week. So, what are you hoping for in your race?
Well, should have had a podium there in full wet conditions last year. So hopefully I'll be able to crack my form and get back on the podium. It's been a while since I tasted
form. You need your form. If you crack your form, then we'll have to get you something else to lean on.
Oh, well, I've already done that, so one fast circuit to the next. But yeah, looking forward to it. Usually one of the more exciting races to commentate on and partake in. Going to see a lot of slipstreaming similar to this. And hopefully a few more finishers.
Nonetheless, though, this has been this week in TCR. It's been rather entertaining this whole time here in Baku. So we thank the city and we head off, packing up the TCR circus, heading off to Monza next week. I hope you have a very good weekend and I hope you all enjoy the Italian Grand Prix. Thank you for sticking with us with this rather long Platinum stream. Thank you, Kitten, as always, for joining us. I have enjoyed your purring tonight.
Of course. Well done, Baku. Salam, Baku. Always great here in the Land of Fire.
We will see you next week for the Italian Grand Prix. Have a very good weekend. Enjoy the Mexican Grand Prix and we'll see you again soon. Ta-ra, guys.